In my 4 years working at the Open Banking Implementation Entity at Pay UK and now at OB Connect, there's one question that's come up more often than any other. And it's generally come up from people that are outside of our industry, outside of our little echo bubble. And the question is, what is open banking? The descriptions I've heard for that question, some of them I have no idea what they mean. I had one from an MP the other week, which was basically a line-for-line recital of what the objective of a piece of regulation was, but not what it actually did. It didn't do any of those things as well. And so I thought what I'd do is I'd have a go at answering it. So question posed is, what is open banking? And here's my view. Ever since banking began, we were told how to bank. We were told to go to the branch. We were told to go and see the bank manager. We were told to fill in a form. We were told to ring the bank, write to the bank. We were told to go online with the bank from the mid-90s when internet banking came out. And we were told to use the app that came out, the mobile phone capability, that about 2011, 2010 that first came out. And in some cases now we still have to write to banks if we want to verify signatures sometimes, if we want to get forms to open things. Even though there's been remedies and regulations and things, we've always had to engage with the bank on their terms. So they've always been the sort of very controlling big brother that said you must do it our way. Then open banking came along. And open banking is standards. It's not regulation. It's standards. That means that you can achieve something. You can comply with a regulation and you can fail. Nothing will work. If you achieve a standard, it will work. So what did open banking do is it gave us a new method of engaging with the bank that wasn't defined by the bank. It was provisioned by the bank, but how it was used elsewhere. So the best way to do this is to look at it as examples. If I wanted to give my accountant my bank statements, for many years what I would have done is I would have posted them, put them in a shoebox, sent them all off with a VAT return, and the accountant would have got them and ticked them back and uploaded them. Then there was some manual uploads, and banks like Barclays had a file sharing method to send statements to Xero, and then open banking came along. And suddenly I didn't go to my bank to give permission to share my bank statements or print them out from my online portal. What I did was I went into Xero and said, can I share my bank statement with my accountant, please? Yeah, of course you can. And then my bookkeeping was done for me. It was semi-automated. And then Tink bought a company called OpenWorks, which meant that all the bank statements were shared in the same way, and the banks got rid of their legacy ones. So I started my request for the bank statement from the accountancy platform, not from the bank. If I wanted to make a payment, Captain Tom, biggest single fundraiser in the UK, £34.9 million. And on their Just Giving page was a new donation said pay by bank. And that pay by bank was open banking. And it was a way that suddenly what I could do was make a donation to charity accurately. But I didn't do it by using a third party instrument, a card, because the card schemes aren't banks. I did it by going into Just Giving and saying I want to make a donation for 20 quid. And then it opened up my banking app for me and it let me send those payments. So what open banking did was allow me to aggregate banking with other services and start them from somewhere else apart from the bank. And you can sum that up really, really easily. Open banking lets me get the bank I want and lets me service that bank account from where I want to start it. Now, I don't define the start points, but all our providers out there in market do that for us. And that means that you and I get more accurate services, less mistakes in the products that we engage with, and we get an easier way of using our banking data and transactional for our day-to-day lives, because we shouldn't see banking, we should just use it easily. Thank you.